This is my rundown of the MGM Ironman. Long story short, I've never run my guns so hard, experienced this kind of shooting stress, or had so much fun. The Ironman is 3-gun at its best. Every stage requires you to use your rifle, pistol, and shotgun. Over the course of 3 days in Parma, Idaho, I put well over 1,000 rounds downrange. I would never want to shoot this kind of competition with only Canadian limited magazines. This is the trench. It was my favorite stage of the match because it involved the most movement. After clearing the rifle section, shooters must run across the parking lot of the range, down to the shotgun and pistol portions. Shooters had the option to carry a dummy between bays for bonus time. It weighed more than I did. The height over bore on my Tavor is almost 4 inches, so I had to plan ahead for these extremely close targets. Dust could be a real obstacle on the range. I had to learn how to shoot a stage with the wind to avoid obscuring my next target. The zip line is an Ironman classic. It was an optional side stage this year, but I'm told that all new shooters must ride the ride. I don't know how I would have practiced for this, but I wish I had. For guns, I took my Tavor TAR-21, an Akdal MKA 1919 shotgun, and my Jericho 941 compact. I shot open class, which means anything goes. The Jericho used 32 and 20 round magazines with a custom 9mm muzzle brake. Spinners are one of the most challenging targets, and generally I sucked at them. Shooters must turn the spinner all the way over by alternately shooting the top or bottom panels. I could manage it with a shotgun, but the 9mm and 223 threw me for a loop. The golf cart stage is another Ironman tradition. While shooting shotgun and driving at the same time sounds crazy, everyone ends up stopping the cart at specific points on the track to engage targets. The 1919 uses 5 and 10 round box magazines with a razor red dot on top. The spool stage was new this year and required shooters to position themselves underneath these empty wire spools. If your shoulders were too far forward, you would receive a time penalty. Some of the larger guys really hated this stage, but I had a lot of fun with it. The Tavor used a Vortex Razor 1-6, and for the long range stuff I had an Atlas bipod. This entire match was shot using my Timony trigger, and I wouldn't have gone without it. Almost everyone took their belts and holsters off for this, which made getting in and out much easier. Some of the furthest bonus targets could have been shot with an additional .308 rifle, but I passed on most of them. The longest range neutralization I made with the Tavor was at 500 yards. The Ironman was some of the best shooting I've ever done. I owe thanks to my squad for coaching me through it, and a huge thanks to my sponsors for their support in getting me the right gear. I drove 800 miles from home to shoot this match, but I would never find another like it anywhere else.